Hey everybody, Pete Meier, Motor Age Magazine, here with some special guests to talk about a special event. It is the Automotive Training Expo, otherwise fondly known as ATE. It's going to be held this April 1st through the 3rd in Doubletree SeaTac Hotel in Seattle, Washington. Hey, joining me, I have some special, like I said, special guests. I have Todd Ainsworth and Micah Strom. They are both board members of the recently formed Northwest Auto Care Alliance, formerly ASA Northwest. And we're going to talk about that more when we get to the event. So I want everybody who's watching right now or watching the recording shortly after, if you're not going to be at the event, well, we're going to try something brand new. We're going to host some live streams from the event to clue you in on what you missed and what's going to be coming up the next day. But let's make sure we don't get anybody to miss it, right, guys?
Right.
Yeah, we want you to come on out. So I'm going to pull this up because this has got some great stuff on it. We'll kind of talk about it right there. If you go to atetrainingexpo.com, this is the website that you're going to see there. Again, this is the homepage for the event. Now, guys, can you tell me how many years has this been in existence now?
I think it is. I think we're going on just about 15 years, I think.
Yeah, right. I mean, I know it's been going on ever since I've been with the magazine. That's going on 12. So, yeah. And when was the last one? Was what, 2020? Has it been 2 years now since we've been able to host this event?
Well, we were all set to do it in 2020. We were only a week away from it when the government mandated shutdowns came down and all the hotels closed and we weren't able to do it. So we had all the registrations were done. We were all set to go and we had to stop. So our last successful one that we were able to actually host was in 2019.
Yeah. So, wow. I mean, I guess you guys are excited about the possibility of being able to do this live again. I know that you've done some virtual stuff to keep your attendees kind of happy during the pandemic, but it's got to. I mean, live's got to be better, right?
Most definitely. Oh yeah, it's great to see everybody and everybody's excited to be there to learn and it's great to get some information by the trainers presented as well. So.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you what. Since we've got the website up there, that's kind of new. Again, for those of you who've been watching, I know that I've been playing around with this platform and see what we can do with it. This is kind of new. So let's talk about the training. Let's go ahead and go over to the training side there, and we'll open that window up. And this is what I want to see. Where is that? That's the one I want right there. Here's the list for the training. What's available on the training, and you guys have it covered, right? You've got management classes, you've got technical training classes. What are there other exciting things have you got lined up for people who might want to attend?
Well, if you register for the full meal deal and attend all 3 days, Friday through Sunday, we have breakfast, we have lunch, we have the trade show that's after classes in the main ballroom where you see exhibitors from all over. We've got keynote speakers lined up, training, like you said, for all aspects of running a shop.
Yeah, and I'm kind of, if you're watching like I am, guys and gals, and you go down this list, there are some pretty strong names in terms of trainers, both on the management and service side. And, just kind of a side note, guys, I've done some conversations here recently about techs who are wanting to go out on their own and start their own shop. I guess, is that a story that you guys share?
Well, I kind of grew up in this industry. My parents started a body shop in the late 70s or mid 70s, and my brother and I own it now. So I've been in this industry my whole life.
Yeah.
Starting with sweeping floors when I was a kid, and now own the shop today. So,
how about you, Todd?
Well, no, I was a tech for about 25 years professionally or so, and then I decided that going to take a chance and open up our own place. And so, yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's the way that a lot of shop owners go.
absolutely. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I've seen. I know you've seen it. You may have even experienced, either one of you may have even experienced this. Technicians, you can be a great tech, and I mean one of the best in your county, your state, the country for that matter, and get the desire to go out and on your own and start making the money for yourself. But you know what? If you don't apply the same commitment to learning the business side of the business that you did to the technical side of the business, well, Todd, I guess you can probably attest, and you're probably in for some rocky times, aren't you?
That 100% true. You
Yeah,
can be as good of a tech as you possibly can be, but we went to school to learn to work on cars, not run a business, and so
right.
there's a pretty steep learning curve. But I'm thankful that ATE existed, and so we were ASA Northwest at the time. Now we are NWACA, and a lot of the knowledge that I needed to learn. That's how I got it.
Yeah, and so the main reason I'm kind of going around the long way to get here, guys, is for those of you who are watching, don't just think of these training events that come along, and there are a number of good ones that are finally opening up the doors and bringing people back into the seats again. It's not just technical training for you. If you have an ambition to own your own business or just move up, maybe you work for a chain and you want to move up into those different levels of positions to give you another career path, then these are also viable classes for you to participate in and to take. So don't think of them as just for the boss to go to. These are things that you could take certain advantage of. And I'm sure for the shop owners, knowing what your technicians are having to deal with in the past, you might want to set in some of these technical classes. And I'd say here's something that really caught my eye too here, guys. That the educators roundtable on Friday, man, I've got to make that. That's great that you guys have a separate time for the educators to get pool their resources and kind of share their stories and share their needs. That's really cool.
Yeah. I know there's one of the big classes at this AT training is it's a 2-day. Is it Dan Gilly? I think is teaching that one. It's all the business side of it. It's very very in depth. It's not just a quick overview. So there's all different courses that are there that from the 4-hour to a 2-day one.
Yeah, see right there, Mr. Dan Gilly, day 2, a 2-day class, like you said, mastering profits and financials. Hey, that's great. You've got some great topics. Just scanning through the list. And if you're watching, I encourage you to do the same thing. Again, that's atetrainingexpo.com. Let's pull that back up and we'll see what else we got here. Of course, if you are planning to attend, you can go to this website and you can make your reservations. And you can also, they have a block for you for your hotel stay. So it helps keep the cost of the hotel stay reasonable. And they're going to be at the set, as I said, the Double Hilton Hotel right there on International Boulevard in Seattle. It's very, very close to the airport. So a quick Uber ride away, not difficult to get to. Beautiful location. I mean, you guys have been there for a number of years, and the hotel is just a great place. Beautiful property. Just all the amenities that you could want. So take the family, and there's all kinds of things that they can participate in the Seattle area while you're busy learning, right? The other thing I see here that I want to make clear is that all of these great companies that are also supporting you and your industry, including one of my favorites right there, Motor Age Training. See, we're right in there with everybody else. Thank goodness. I'll be presenting on Sunday at ATE, doing my class on electrical testing techniques. I hope that you'll plan on me there. What else do we have in here? Oh, the exhibitors. Got a whole list here. Look at all. This is another nice feature that most events, including ATE, shares. Right, is that trade show, that time where the attendees, the people that come, can rub elbows with the people that are supplying their parts and their tools and the materials that they're working with, see the latest and greatest And I got a feeling they probably have a few special deals going on at the show, don't they?
Usually, yeah.
And usually some of the companies will have a show special that allows you to save quite a bit if you're looking to invest in your shop equipment.
Mhm. And that's, and during that time too is one of the best things about the event, because it's especially now after 2 years of not being able to have it, because you just get to meet, get to see people that you haven't seen in a while, because the industry is, it is very small in our local areas, and you see people that you've known for 20 years that may work, a couple cities away, but these events allow you to reconnect, and share your experiences, and just be with the other industry people, and it's very supportive and very energizing.
Yeah, absolutely. We all tend to get in our own little world at work, right?
Mhm.
Focused on our situation. So it's nice to be able to take a reprieve, get some training, get some networking, meet people who are like-minded. And to me, that's a big thing too. Again, if you're watching, there's 750,000 men and women turning a wrench in our country. And I think we can all admit that there's a bunch of them there that probably shouldn't be, right? And if you're in that group though that is striving to be the most professional you can be, then you've probably attended some form of training recently, especially again during the pandemic. There were a lot of great opportunities that are offered and being offered, but nothing beats live. Nothing beats being able to sit in the classroom with one of your favorite instructors. And again, look at that list on the technical side right off the top of the bat. John Thornton, Scott Schotten, Eric Ziegler are just instantly names that anyone who's in the industry knows who they are and how good they are at what they do. To be able to sit in a classroom and pick that instructor's brains and learn from one another, because there's always somebody in the room who's had an experience or has a different angle, and it just really becomes a real a learning environment that you can create inside that classroom that you're not going to get any other way. So that's a plus. But like Todd was pointing out, you guys, the networking capabilities. I'm sure you guys have met a lot of people over the years at these events that are now valuable resources for you and good friends.
Mhm.
Most definitely. One thing that I like to do is, especially younger techs, is I'll send them to service writer classes, so they understand what a service writer, their job is, so they're able to give them the information to do their job correctly. I think that's really important to get that understanding, so they're not just here's some stuff. It's like, well, that's not what I need to sell this job. So
Yeah, amen.
And you
Yeah.
can't do that necessarily in a shop, but you can do that at these training events.
Yeah, amen. Now tell me, guys, do you have people that shut down their shops and bring their whole crew to your event?
Yeah, several. We are, we're, the shop will just be closed on Friday, and everyone will go, and echoing what Micah was just talking about. If you look down the training offerings on the list, we have like a color coded key that lets somebody know what the class is specially tailored for, whether it's a beginning tech, intermediate tech, advanced, whether it's for management or service advisors. And some of the classes you look have multiple keys because they're designed to work for both, where you could send a technician and an advisor to these classes, and they can both get the same information, and that
Yeah.
could really help, foster the better culture in your shop.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I can see that. And again, if you're watching, you can see that here right at the bottom of the page. Let's see, did that go up there?
It's also good for the service writers to hit those technical classes when they're trying to explain something too. That's,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now let me see.
deciphering what a technician says and trying to translate that over.
Let me see if I can fix that, because I want them to see that list. Um, nope, that's not what I want.
Yeah, there's a lot of thought that goes into picking the current offerings that
Yeah.
we do,
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
that way.
And my apologies to you guys who are watching. I thought that this was coming up on there, and apparently that didn't switch the screen like I was hoping it would.
And,
So,
and if you're a shop owner who's contemplating, formulating some sort of exit plan, which is what everyone should do, and just not let fate take its course.
right.
There's plenty of opportunities to start working with any key employees and sending them to a class on management and start learning the ropes, so they have a bigger advantage when they take over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, here I got it fixed, guys. And again, I apologize.
Oh, there you
go. But yeah, let me go ahead and just run that through again, so those who are watching can see what you were talking about. Again, here's the class key right here, about in the middle of your screen, and then it keys to the different offerings, and you can see there are plenty to choose from. I think you have 60 different sessions available. I know it's a big number. I saw it there somewhere. Yeah, 60 different sessions covering, again, everything from running the business, service advisors, what their role is, to more specific stuff. Here's a big one, ADAS updates. And I got to throw this out here now because I really feel strongly about this. I talk to a lot of technicians around the country, and whenever I go to do a presentation, one of the things I ask them is, are you currently doing ADAS calibrations or diagnosis on these systems or repair the components? And for the most part, not too many hands go up, But if you're watching right now and you're answering the same way, that you're really not doing that and it's really not a concern of you, then let me ask you this. Do you do wheel alignments? Do you do tire service? Do you do front suspension work? Do you do air conditioning work? Anything that's going to require the removal of one of these radar or camera systems, well, my friends, you're in the ADAS business. And we're talking about advanced driver assist systems that need to function correctly. They need to be calibrated correctly, and simply bolting it back on. I'm sure Micah can attest to this. You can't just bolt the piece back on and expect it to be in the same place it was when you bolted it off, right?
No, it has to be. A lot of cars, they need to be calibrated. You'd be surprised how many, you start researching in the manuals and stuff, something simple and a minimal task will require calibration when it's done. And
yeah.
And you're on the hook for it if you don't do it, if something happens. So.
Oh yeah. So if that, there's another one for sure, that if you're not familiar with ADAS and what it's involved, then there's a great reason right there all by itself for joining us there for ATE 2022. All right. Anything else that you guys want to bring up? Any new things that you're excited about for this year's event?
Well, I think we're.
Oh, go ahead, Todd.
No, I think we're just excited just to be able to talk to one another again in real life.
Yeah. I think we're all kind of cabin fevered out and ready to get out there again. And that's a good point. Let's go ahead and talk about that now. Of course, Seattle's been one of the harder hit areas over the pandemic, right? And have had some very strict mandates and stuff. What's the current regulations or rules that people can expect when they attend?
Well, basically all mandates are lifted right now, except for places like hospitals, long-term care centers, that kind of stuff. But there's no more requirements or restrictions on restaurants or hotels or any of that kind of stuff. So it should look normal. Businesses are free to enact their own rules on their own, but there is no more mandate really legally. So.
All right. So you don't have to bring proof of vaccination. You don't have to have a test done 2 days before you show up. You don't have to wear a mask unless you want to. I mean,
Sure.
Some people want to, and that's fine. When I'm on the airplane, I'm wearing a mask regardless of what they tell me, because it's nice being 2 years not ever getting sick anymore. So that's a plus. We kind of learned a little something there. But
I think they still require public transportation though. So if you decide to go out and do something, you're still, I think you have to wear it to ride a bus or.
Yeah, well, that's all still coming down from the Fed, right? So we kind of
Right.
have to wait for them to relax. But no, so you heard it, guys and gals. Again, I can't stress the opportunity enough for you. ATA is a great event. It's right up there in the top training events in the country. I'm sure that after hiatus, this crew at the new Northwest Auto Care Alliance has got a lot of great stuff planned for you. So still time to attend. You got something to shoot in there? Go ahead.
I think up to the day, I think up to Thursday, you can probably register. I'm sure you could walk in and pay for on Friday if you wanted to.
Well, hopefully this little thing is going to fill you up, so you won't have that opportunity. But just in case, you can always check with the folks at NWACA. You can go to the website again. It's ATE Training Expo, all one word.com. For more information, take a look at the training list. Take a look at the classes being offered. April 1st through the 3rd, 2022, Doubletree Hotel, Seattle, Washington, right by the airport. Get your reservations in, claim your seats before they're gone. And I will look forward to seeing you there. I'll also look forward to seeing these guys, whoever they are, Todd and Micah. Yeah, we'll see if we see them there too. But all right.
We have also just one more thing. We have if you can't make this one, there's one on eastern side of Washington State in the late September coming up too. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys split off and started doing the East-West Coast thing. Very cool. So they can, I'm sure they can, but we don't want you to miss this one. Come to this one. Go to both. If you're up in that area, you need to go to both. You always need to stay continuously trained. Can't stress that enough. I remember when the chairman of GM said that the technology in automobiles is going to change more the next 5 years than it has in the last 50. And she said that 5 years ago. And we all know where we're at. EVs are on the rise. Hydrogen fuel cells are going to be coming at us. Autonomous vehicles are on the roads. Like we tell our people in our presentations, this ain't your daddy's Oldsmobile anymore, friends. You need to fix these cars. There's no gray area about it. It's either right or it's not. And how are you going to know when it's right? Well, you come to training events like ATE. So once again, it's atetrainingexpo.com, April 1st through the 3rd, 2022, Seattle, Washington at the Doubletree Hotel. We'll see you there.
All right. Thanks.